Hello everyone, we've got a nice variable acceleration question here. So it says, find at time t seconds a particle p has a velocity of v meters per second, where v equals 3t⁻⁵ minus 2tj, where t is greater than 0. Find the acceleration of p at time t seconds where t is greater than 0. So that's really nice because the acceleration is going to be just the derivative of the velocity. So we just need to write down our velocity, which is 3t⁻⁵ minus 2tj. We need to differentiate that, so acceleration is equal to the derivative of the velocity with respect to time. So 3/2t⁻⁻⁴ minus 2j. So there's our expression for r, and that's going to be acceleration, so the units are going to be meters per second squared. So that's our answer to part A. Pretty nice. Okay. Part B, find the value of t at the instant when p is moving in the direction of I minus j. Very common theme, by the way, this in those variable acceleration questions. So let's have a look. So if we've basically got here I minus j, so we've got one unit vector along I and we've got minus j, so we're basically here. Okay, so if it's moving in that direction, then this is a point on the line here. It's moving in the southeast, and essentially this is a point on the line y equals minus x. So what you need to, now they could have said, by the way, that it's moving in the direction minus I plus j. You know, they could have said that as well. It would have been the same effect. So when something's moving along the line y equals minus x, what you do is you basically take the y component and make it equal to negative the x component, or vice versa. So we've got 3t⁻⁴, which is our x component, and I'm going to put it equal to negative the y component. So because one is positive and one is negative. And then when we solve that, that's going to give us our values of t where that could be happening. So we've got 3t⁻⁴ is equal to 2t. So therefore 3/2 is equal to t divided by t⁻⁴. So 3/2 is t⁻⁴. So therefore t is equal to 9/4 seconds. Okay, so that's our answer for part B. That's a key skill. That's really, really important, this when they tell you that it's moving in some particular direction. Variants of that are that they might say, you know, it's moving in a northeasterly direction, or they might say it's moving in a southwesterly direction. If they do that, then it's on the line y equals x, and you just put the I and j components equal to each other, and so on. I've even seen them do it where they're saying something's moving like northeast or something like that, in which case you just got to think about what ratios they are and put them equal to each other in that kind of thing. It could be just moving parallel to the y-axis. Lots of variants of that particular kind of question, but that's how we do it in this particular one here. Right, we've got a lot. This is the last question, by the way, on a paper, and as you can see, it's worth a lot of marks. So we're getting down to 9 marks worth of work here now. Let's have a look and see what's going on for the next bit. It says, at time t seconds where t is greater than 0, the position vector of p relative to a fixed origin O is r meters. When t is 1, r is minus j. Find an expression for r. So this is a nice 3 marks. The position vector is given by integrating the velocity. So we just need to say that our position vector r is equal to the integral of the velocity with respect to time. So we're going to take our 3t⁻⁴ minus 2tj, and we're going to integrate that with respect to t to get an expression for r. So raise the power by 1 divided by the new power. A half is going to, so that's going to, when we raise that power by 1 and divide by the new power, we're going to get 2t⁻³ I minus t² j plus c. Remember that plus c is crucial. Okay, so we've got an expression there. That's our general solution. We can now put in our boundary condition, which is our piece of information, in order to work out what c is now. We're told that when t is 1, that r is equal to minus j. So we can say that minus j is equal to 2 times by 1 to the power of 3 over 2i minus 1 squared j plus c, which gives us, we have minus j is equal to 2i minus j plus c, which basically gives us, we add j to both sides, that's an equal sign there, by the way, we end up with that c is equal to minus 2i. So now we've got our full equation for r. We can say that r is equal to 2t to the 3 over 2i minus t squared j minus 2i, which we can now combine the I components together to give us 2t to the 3 over 2 minus 2i minus t squared j. So there's our full equation for r. That is part C done for 3 marks. Really nice. So last bit now of this question. We'd expect this to be a star kind of idea because we're at the end of the paper. It says, find the exact distance of P from O at the instant when P is moving with a speed of 10 meters per second. So the first thing to notice is that speed is the magnitude of the velocity. Okay, so we can say that speed is a scalar and speed is the magnitude of the velocity. Okay, so we need to take the expression for the velocity, find its magnitude and put it equal to 10. So we can say that 10 is equal to 3t to the half squared plus minus 2t squared square rooted. Okay, so what I've done is I've just found an expression for the magnitude of the velocity there. So let's square both sides now and work out what we get here. So I've just squared both sides, so I get 100, and then I'm squaring these two individual terms as well. So 2 steps there, squared both sides, so the 10's become 100. Okay, so that's become 100, 3t to the half plus minus 2t squared. 3t to the half squared plus minus 2t squared, and now I'm working out what is 3t to the half squared. So that is 9t plus 4t squared. So now we have a quadratic here, which is 4t squared add 9t minus 100 equals 0. And when we put that into our calculator and solve it, we get the solutions t is equal to 4 and t is equal to minus 25 over 4. The question tells us that t is greater than 0, so we can get rid of that solution. So we know it happens now when t is 4. Okay, so we're confident it happens when t is 4. So now we go back to our equation that we found for our position vector, and we're going to sub in t equals 4 to find out where the particle is when t is 4. Okay, so we're going back now to our original position vector equation that we found. Let me just show you. We're going back now to this equation here, and we're putting in 4 into there. Okay, so we're going to have 2 times by 4 to the 3 over 2 minus 2i, and minus 4 squared j, like so. Okay, so we work that out, and that turns out to be 14i minus 16j. So that physically is where the particle is at time t equals 4. So we're almost done now, because the question's asking how far away is it from the origin. Okay, so we're basically saying it's down here at 14 along the I and at 16 down there. And I think you can see that we can just use Pythagoras now here with 14 and 16 to find the physical distance. So the distance, this is the particle P, the distance from O to P is therefore 14 squared plus the minus 16 squared square rooted. Using Pythagoras here, I guess you could call that minus 16, and that's a 14 there. And that gives us that OP, when you work that out, is 2 root 113 meters. There we go. So that was, I think, a very fair, challenging but fair question on variable acceleration. And my goodness, that really was worth a lot of marks there. Look at all those marks. So that's I think I'd be very happy if that question came up in the exam. Okay, I hope you found that helpful. Remember, if you're finding these videos useful, it really helps if you could like and subscribe to the channel. That helps me keep on making more videos. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.